When we talk about Venice in the early modern age, we must imagine not only the city and the lagoon as today, but a real Adriatic system. Over the centuries, the Republic of Venice had developed infrastructures and institutions that allowed it to remain independent until 1797, despite growing global competition. Venice had based its power on the ability to dominate the sea, so much so that in all European atlases, the Adriatic Sea was called the Gulf of Venice. At the base of this maritime power, there was the arsenal, considered a true model for shipbuilding and for the development of advanced naval techniques. Another pillar of the Republic's power was the ability to collect and control information, thanks to a dense network of ambassadors, consuls, and spies. Venice was among the first nations to establish a diplomatic corps and to develop a textual genre, that of the ambassadors' relations, still studied and admired in the 19th century by historians such as Leopold von Ranke and linguists such as Niccolò Tommaseo. Thus, trade, navigation, and information were the basis on which the Republic built its system, which in addition to the mainland, the so-called Stato da Tera, Veneto, Friuli and part of Lombardy, included the Stato da Mar. It was a complex of coastal territories in Istria, Dalmatia, Albania and Montenegro, from which raw materials came, such as timber, necessary for the manufacture of the Republic. Then there were the Greek territories, the Morea, in today's Peloponnese, the Aegean Islands, the Ionian Islands, Crete and Cyprus. The eastern part of the Republic was the crossroads of relations with the Ottoman Empire and the entire Levant. Goods arrived there, but also news, and above all news about the feared plague epidemics. The Greek territories were the outpost where the Republic put to the test its procedures on management of health emergencies, still studied and admired throughout Europe in the 19th century. Nearby Trieste, then part of the Habsburg Empire, was one of the centers that looked most closely to Venice and imitated its practices and institutions. In a few decades, by mid-18th century, Trieste had become a busy port, and the Venetian government began to observe it with growing concern. The competition between the two ports was increasingly stronger. When they both found themselves under Austrian rule in the 19th century, it was Venice that imitated Trieste's fiscal policies in an attempt to revive its own economy. In short, over centuries, Venice, with its Adriatic projection, remained and remains capable of both absorbing reflections, continuously renewing itself, and radiating echoes, influencing areas near and far.